if conducive atmosphere is created for following dharma. And that is what Bhagavan does. With this is an indication of his providing all the conducive atmosphere, all the facilities that he has the eyes of Surya, Chandra, and Agni. And that is Shishta Paripalana. Dushta Shikshanam also he does by opening his third eye, the Agni eye, like he burnt Manmatha to ashes. Whenever required, he brings the enemy to destruction. That is Raksha. Guru. We have seen before, Guru is one who bestows jnana on the disciple, who bestows the light of jnana and drives away the darkness of ignorance. So, that is Dakshinamurti, and Shiva is Dakshinamurti. And if you follow the path of Dharma, that is the Dharma he started first. If you follow the path of Dharma, automatically it will lead you to Bhakti and Jnana. Jnanamichet Maheshwarat. We have seen it again and again. So Bhagavan is keen on giving jnana to us, provided we become eligible for that. That is why he says Guru, one who gives jnana. Because Dakshinamurti has got very young disciples. Chitram Vatataro Mole Vridha Shishya Guru Yuva. Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samshayaha. When the Guru is young, 16 years old, and the Shishyas are all very old, like the Sanat Kumara brothers and others, other rishis. For teaching them jnana, he sits under the Vatavriksha, banyan tree, and then through Mauna Vyakhya, through the explanation of silence, only by showing his Chinmudra, he is passing on that Brahma Jnana, that great Jnana. Gurustu Maunam Vyakhyam. But all the Shishyas, even though he doesn't speak a word, all the Shishyas have got all their doubts relieved. Chinna Samshayaha. That is why when we pray in our matham, we say Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmad Acharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. It is a Guru Parampara, it is a Jnana Parampara, where the Gurus continuously teach us Jnana, starting with Sadashiva, starting with Shiva. So, Daksha Yajna Shikshaka, one who destroyed the Yajna of Daksha, one who punished Daksha. Daksha Yajna Shikshaka. Now, arrogance, Bhagavan does not tolerate. Ignorance, he will tolerate. Ignorance does not matter. He will give us jnana. He is the ocean of jnana. He will let us into that ocean. But if you are arrogant, you cannot be taught anything. That is why Daksha had to be punished because he exhibited enormous arrogance. Arrogance may be out of the position you hold, out of the wealth you hold, out of other things that you, out of your personal body, beauty, whatever. So all this which lead to arrogance are punished severely by Bhagavan. That is why this Daksha Yajna Shikshaka. In fact, he does not punish in one go. It's not as if you are arrogant today, tomorrow morning you are punished. It's not like that. He gives a lot of opportunity for us to reform ourselves. Even in the case of Daksha, when he started the yajna, and without inviting Shiva, he had invited Brahma, Vishnu, and all the other devas. Then Maharshi Dadhichi, he came there to the Yagashala. He spent many hours with Daksha, teaching him the glory of Shiva. And he was saying, you are committing a very grave sin by not inviting him. Don't do that. In fact, in Skanda Purana, there are many adhyayas, many chapters dealing with Maharshi Dadhichi's teachings to Daksha. All the Leelas of Shiva are listed one after the other to, to explain to him the glory of Shiva. So ultimately, Daksha did not listen. That is another story. But Shiva made his attempt to reform him. Even in Shumbha, Nishumbha Vadha, even in Devi Mahatmyam, we see that Shiva himself went as a messenger sent by Devi to Shumbha and Nishumbha. Shiva Dhuti, that is why Devi is called, because she sent Shiva as an emissary, as a Dhuta. So, like this, he gives opportunities for us to reform ourselves. That is Daksha Yajna Shikshaka. O Sadashiva, accompanied by Amba, O auspiciousness incarnate, bestower of auspiciousness, may your twin feet be our only refuge. Dharmasthapana dakshatraksha guru, daksha yajna shikshaka bho, samba sada shiva shambho shankara, sharanam me tava charana yugam. Next. ननु ताडितोऽसि धनुषा लुब्धधिया त्वं पुरा नरेण विभो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम् ननु ताडितोऽसि धनुषा लुब्धधिया त्वं पुरा नरेण विभो. Vibho is the address. Vibho is one who is omnipresent, whose presence is everywhere. O Vibho, Tvam Pura Narena Chaditosi. Once upon a time, you were attacked by a human being. Chaditosi, you were beaten, you were attacked by an ordinary human being, Narena. With what he beat you? He started beating you with his dhanush, with his bow. Dhanusha, Lubdha Diya Narena. Lubdha Diya means he was greedy. He was greedy. That is why he was intent on, he went to the extent of beating you. Nanu is indeed. Nanu is indeed you were beaten. Indeed you were beaten by an ordinary human being who became greedy and he beat you with his dhanus, with his bow. This refers to the story of Kiratarjuniyam. We are all familiar with that, where Bhagavan appeared in the form of a Kirata, a hunter, in front of Arjuna who was doing tapas to get Pasupatastra from Shiva. Then the story goes that Shiva dispatched an arrow on a boar or a pig. And Arjuna also did the same. Then both of them started fighting, claiming that the boar was hit by their arrow first. So they are the claimants. So both of them claimed and then they engaged in a fight. Finally, Shiva started going up during the fight. And at that time, Arjuna met him with his bow, with his Gandiva bow. And as he started going up, in order to pull him down, he caught his feet. He caught Shiva's feet. Because he caught Shiva's feet, Shiva became merciful, compassionate. He came in his original form of Shiva and blessed him with Pashupatastra, for which this whole drama was enacted. So, that is the reference to which this shloka is referring. The same story is being referred in Shivananda Lahari with additional references of similar occurrences. Natibhir nutibhistvam isha puja vidhibhir dhyana samadhibhir natushtaha dhanusha musalena cha ashmahirva Vadate Pritikaram Tatha Karomi. You have been beaten by so many people with so many things. That seems to please you because you have blessed them. Vadate Pritikaram. That seems to be very pleasing to you. If that is so, I will also do that. That is what Adi Shankara says, Shivanand Sadari. Natibhihi, Nutibhihi, Tvam Isha Puja, Vidhibhihi, Jnana Samadhibhihi, Natushtaha. You are not easily pleased with prostrations, with stotras, or elaborate puja as per the vidhi, or dhyana samadhi, which is even more difficult. You are not pleased with those. When you are beaten by somebody with a dhanus, or a musala, or a pestle, or ashmabhihi with a stone, then you are pleased. So the reference to dhanus is what we just saw, Arjuna's fight. The reference to musala or pestle is from another Purana. An old woman called Bimbasarika struck Shiva with a pestle when Shiva appeared as a terrible Kapalika in front of her. So Shiva was pleased with her devotion, and then she was also granted jnana. And stone is very interesting story of one of the 64 Nayanmar, Shakya Nayanar. During the time of Shakya Nayanar, the Shramana religion was the prevalent religion in his area in Tamil Nadu, and he was a Shaiva, opposed to Shramana. Shramanas are Jains. So he wanted to continue with his worship of Shiva, but if he openly does it, he would incur the wrath of the authorities. So what he did was he used to pass by Shiva's Shiva temple, and then from a distance he used to throw a stone at Shivalinga. So people will think, the authorities will think that he is opposed to Shiva worship, but actually he was worshipping Shiva. Instead of flower, he was throwing a stone. So finally Shiva was pleased and he was blessed with jnana and moksha. So that is the reference here. Ashmabhihi with stones. Because it went on for a long time, that is why he is using the plural. Every day he was using a stone. For others, he is using singular. Dhanusha, Musale, Nach, Ashmabhirva, Vadate, Preetikaram, Tatha Karomi. So, this is various ways, reference to various ways of expressing one's bhakti, like Kannappa Nayanar did by plucking his own eyes. So, there are so many bhaktas with so much of depth of emotion which has been expressed in so many ways. So the reference is to that. So it is invitation for us to advance on our path of bhakti in whatever way we can. It's not necessary that we should copy them. We cannot copy them. We should not copy them. But we should advance on the path of bhakti. If they can show bhakti even in such difficult circumstances, even when they were under test, well, all of these are tests only, tests of devotion. If they could do that, why not we do our small bit? Nanu taditosi dhanusha lubdhadiya tvam pura narena vibho samba sada shiva shambho shankara sharanam me tava charana yugam. Next. Parimatum tava murtim alam ajastat para parosi vibho samba sada shiva shambho shankara sharanam me tava charana yugam. Now here the reference is to Shiva manifesting himself as a column of light in Tiruvannamalai, and Brahma and Vishnu. Brahma took the form of a swan, and because they had fought among themselves, Brahma and Vishnu had fought among themselves as to who is greater of the two and who is the greatest. So when the column of light came, it was decided that one will go to the top and find the top, another will go to the bottom and find the bottom. Both could not find either the top or the bottom. Vishnu took the form of a boar, went on digging the earth. He returned And he admitted his failure before Shiva. He says, I could not find the bottom. Brahma took the form of a swan, went up and up, and finally he returned. But he uttered a lie, saying that he had seen the top, and he brought as a witness the flower, Koyambu flower. So that is the story. Now here there is the reference here. Parimatum tava murtim. Parimatum means to measure. In order to measure your murti, your form, Alam ajaha. Ajaha is Brahma. Na alam. Brahma is not enough. Brahma is not capable. Brahma is not adequate for measuring your form. Tat parat parosi vibho. Because you are greater than not only him. Tat parosi is you are greater than him. Tat parat parosi. You are greater than somebody who is greater than him. There is a person in between. That is Vishnu. Tatparat is the reference to Vishnu. Somebody who is greater than Brahma. Because it was Vishnu, Nabhi Kamala, that Brahma took birth. So Vishnu becomes his father. So he says Tatparat, the one who is greater than Aja, greater than Brahma, greater than that person. Tatparat, Paro, Asi, you are greater than. So it shows that when jnana takes a form and appears before you, it is impossible for anyone to say, I have measured that jnana. Nobody can claim that he knows everything. This is the indirect reference to that. Can anyone claim that he has 100% jnana? Nobody. It is a column of light which cannot be measured either by Brahma or Vishnu. Cannot be measured by anyone. So if you see, many stotras refer to this, as you know. I am picking up Dashashloki Stuthi from Adi Shankara, where this is mentioned very nicely. Shaurim Satyagiram Varaha Vapusham Padam Bhuja Darshane Chakreyo Dayaya Samasta Jagatam Natham Shiro Darshane Mithyavacham Apujyamev Satatam Hamsa Swarupam Vidhim तस्मिन्मे हृदयं सुखेन रमतां सांबे परब्रह्मणि शौरिं सत्यगिरं शौरी is Vishnu. Vishnu spoke the truth. Varaha Vapusham, he had taken the form of Varaha. Adambuja Adarshane, he did not see your feet. Chakreyo Dayaya Samasta Jagatam Natham Shiro Darshane. Samasta Jagatam Natham, you made him the head of all the worlds, the master of all the worlds. Then what happened with Brahma? Shiro darshane mithyavacham. Brahma, vidhim. Vidhi is Brahma. Brahma told a lie, saying that he had seen the top. Mithya, the head. Mithyavacham apujyameva sadatam. So he became apujya. There is no temple for Brahma, there is no puja for Brahma. We all do Saraswati puja, but we don't do puja of Brahma. That is because of the curse which was pronounced by Shiva on this occasion for having told a lie. Of course, there are many stories. One story is that he was cursed like this. Another story is the fifth head was plucked. He had five heads, and Shiva, in his anger, plucked his fifth head. So here the reference is to the Apuja status. Apujyame vasatatam Hamsa Swarupam Vidhim. Vidhi had taken the form of Hamsa. And then this is what happened to him. Tasmin me hridayam sukhena ramatam sambe parabrahmani. In that Shiva, may my heart engage and enjoy ramatam. So here also we say that your murti is immeasurable. Parimatum tava murtim nalam ajaha tatparat parosi vibho samba sada shiva shambho shankara sharanam me tava charanayugam phalamiha ritaya dhanushastvatpada Seva Sanatanesha Vibho Sambasada Shiva Shambho Shankara Sharanam Me Tava Charana Yugam Phalam Iha Nritaya Janushaha Tutpada Seva Sanatana Isha Vibho Sanatanesha and Vibho are addresses, Sambodhana. Vibho, we have seen, omnipresent. Sanatana Isha, one who is eternal Ishvara. He was Ishvara yesterday, he will not be Ishvara tomorrow. It is not like that. So he is eternal Ishvara. Sanatana Isha. So, Ihe Dritaya Janushaha Phalam Twatpada Seva. Ihe, in this world, Dritaya Janushaha, having taken a human birth. Nru, we have seen before. Nru and Nara mean the same human being. Dritaya, the status of a human being. Janushaha, taking birth. Taking birth as a human being. Having taken birth as a human being, what is the fruit? Ritaya Janushaha Phalam. What is the phalam is fruit? What is the fruit of human birth on this earth? The fruit is Tvatpada Seva. Only worshipping your feet. That is the only phalam that we should be looking at, not the mundane attractions which are the enchanting sources on our sense organs. That is not our purpose of having taken a human birth. Our purpose of taking a human birth is to worship Lord's feet. Satpada Seva. Well, this has been told thousands of times in thousands of ways, in thousands of shastras. We have four Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. And we have been told repeatedly that we should stick to the path of Dharma. Artha and Kama, wealth and desire, are required for our conduct of human life, purely for maintaining the human body. Artha and Kama are required. But they should be strictly according to the path of Dharma. Artha and Kama should be got only by following the path of Dharma, not otherwise, not by following the path of Adharma. Dharma, Artha, Kama. So once you are on the path of Dharma strictly, even when you are acquiring wealth and desire without deviating from the path of Dharma, eventually, gradually, you will attain Bhakti and Jnana. And once you have attained Bhakti and Jnana, you will reach the level of Moksha. This is what our Shastras continuously teach us. So that is what is mentioned very briefly here as Phalam, that is the fruit. The fruit is Moksha. Because why it is called fruit? Because that is the fruit which has no parallel. Is there any parallel to moksha? Anything can be compared with moksha? No. Because once you attain moksha, there is no question of reverting to this earth. You are one with Shiva. So that oneness, Advitiya Bhava with Shiva is moksha. So how can there be anything comparable to that? That is why he says phalam. That's the supreme fruit. I wish to refer to Uddhava Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, where the same thing is repeated by Krishna to Uddhava. Very beautiful shloka. I thought I'll mention that. Hrideham Adyam Sugamam Sudurlabham Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karnadharam Ayānukūle Nanabhasvate Ritam Puman Bhavabhyam Nataret Atmaha. Very strictly, in very tough tone, he has set out this idea. His Krishna says, Hrideham, the human body you have got, Adyam, that is the best. Adyam means the first, primary. Because all other forms are inferior. Because you cannot attain moksha in other forms. Yes, when you are a deva, you can definitely attain, but because of the ocean of comfort there, Indriya Sukha, it is difficult. So the best birth to attain Bhagavan is Hrideham, the human birth. So he says, Hrideham Adyam, that you have got. Sugamam Sudurlabham. Here he is contradicting. Sudurlabham is difficult to get. Sugamam is easy to get. Now, what he means is, it is easy because we have been shown the path. If somebody shows the path, how can it be tough? That is the question. If you don't know anything, then you can say, yes, it is very difficult. But once you have learned the method, you cannot say it is difficult. That is why he says, Sugamam, Sudurlabham, because we know that nobody has followed that path. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschidhyatata siddhaye. Same Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Among thousands of people, only one follows this path and attains me. So that becomes Sudurlabham. Though the path is easily available, Sugamam, Sudurlabham, but nobody follows that because it is difficult path. But he does not agree it is difficult. He says, Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karnadharam. For the samsara ocean, I have created a boat. Plavam is the boat. Sukalpam, very nicely constructed boat. What is that boat? That is your body. Guru Karnadharam. And who is the person who is going to conduct the boat across this ocean? Who is that? Karnadhar. Guru. Guru is the Karnadhara who will steer this boat across this ocean. Guru Karna. So you have got a guru to steer the boat, and the boat itself is there, well prepared boat. The kalpam, that is your body. Maya anukulena nabhasvateritam. On the top of it, I am also helping you by navasvate. Navasvate is wind, because without the wind, the boat will not, even though the Karnadhara Guru tries his best, wind has to be there. That means what? The blessing of Bhagavan. The blessing of Bhagavan operates through Guru. So he says, I am the wind. Maya anukulena nabhasvateritam. I am the one who provides that anukula wind, favorable wind, because wind also has to be favorable, isn't it? Maya anukulena nabhasvateritam. Wind driven. Puman bhavabhyam nataret. With all these facilities given, if a person does not cross the ocean of samsara, Bhavabdhim nataret, if he does not cross, sa atmaha, he is the killer of atma. What stronger words can be used? He is the killer of his own atma, because atma cannot be killed. What it means is, atma has to take birth again and again because of the foolishness of this human being. That is why he has killed the Atma. I mean, he has defeated the purpose of the Atma residing in the body. The Atma is residing in the body's specific purpose is moksha. That you have not attained. You have not made any efforts. So, Atma is the killer of all. So, that is the detailed explanation of this shloka. फलमिह नृतया धनुषस्त्वत्पदसेवा सनातनेश विभो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम्. Sanatanesa is a reference to the fact that whatever we discussed so far is available all the time. It is not as if it was available at one particular yuga, it is not available in another yuga. No. For all human beings at all times, this path which was just described, with Guru as a Karnadhara, with favorable wind, and with your efforts, Sugamam Sudurlabham. Now that is available all the time. That is made available by Bhagavan all the time, Sanatana Isha. Next is Balamarogyam Tajastadguna Ruchitam Chiram Pradehi Vibho Samba Sada Shiva Shambho Shankara Sharanam Me Tava Charana Yugam. After having done the stotra, now we go to prayer. This has been alternating. We have seen some shlokas are dedicated to prayer, some shlokas are dedicated to stotra. So this is a direct prayer. He says, Chiram Pradehi. Pradehi means please give me. Chiram means which will last long. What you give should last long. Like when we buy something, we also look for long life product, isn't it? Similarly, he says, What should last long? He is giving a list. Balam, Arogyam cha, Ayuhu, Twadguna Ruchita. These 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 items he is mentioning. Because the first three rather, refer to the body. Balam, Arogyam, Ayuhu. Strength, good health, and long life. All the three are essential for the body to be in good condition so that your dharma can be easily followed. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Sharira is not important. Because it is dharma sadhanam, it is important. It is the means by which we can practice dharma. Without a proper sharira, dharma cannot be practiced. That is why he is starting with strength, a strong body, a healthy body. Balam, arogyam. Strength is required. Good health is also required. Ayuhu, long life is also required. You have balam, you have arogyam, you don't have ayuhu, then it's of no use. So you need time because it's a very difficult path, sudurlabham. So we need time. Time means long life. So he says these three, please give me. Chiram, which will last long. That means balam, arogyam, ayuhu, etc. should last long. Arogyam should be continuous. Balam should be continuous. Ayush should be continuous. Tadguna ruchita, that is the most important. Having got a good body, my mind, now after from body we are traveling to the mind. My mind should be focused on you, Tadguna, your gunas, your leelas, your qualities, ruchi, desire. Desire in your gunas, in your leelas is the next requirement because there is a starting point. Without ruchi, you cannot progress further on that path of acquiring knowledge of Bhagavan Gunas, knowledge of Bhagavan Leelas. Knowledge of Bhagavan Gunas and Leelas is required if you want to do, if you want to advance even on the path of Karma Yoga. Because karma should be practiced with a good knowledge of all this. And once you develop that knowledge, bhakti will slowly arise. And once bhakti takes over, jnana will come so at a suitable point of time. So that is the timetable. That is the progression which Adi Shankara has established in all his texts. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Now, this Ruchi is difficult to get. That is why he is putting in Tadguna Ruchi. This desire, this taste, which is actually taste. The taste does not develop easily. Why? Because there are so many attractions in the world around us to attract our sense organs, because sense organs go out all the time, so they don't allow the mind to focus on your gunas. That ruchi, there's no time to develop that. There's no occasion to develop that. So please grant me that. Please grant me that ruchi. Please take me away from the attractions of the world and develop, enable me to develop that ruchi. We have seen before how Bhagavan Nama is very important. We have seen there was one sloka here only. So similarly, Bhagavan Nama, Bhagavan's Leelas, expounding his gunas, Tad guna. So that is what he is referring to here. Balamarogyam cha yustadguna ruchitam chiram pradehi vibho samba sada shiva shambho shankara sharanam me tava charana yugam. Next. भगवन् भर्ग भयापह भूतपते भूतिभूषितांग विभो सांब सदा शिव शंभो शंकर शरणं मे तव चरण युगम. Again, the qualities, this is stotra, the qualities of Bhagavan. The first itself, all these are used as addresses, Sambodhana Vibhakti. Bhagavan, he is calling Bhagavan. Yeah, we have seen before, Bhagavan means one who possesses 6 great qualities. That is Bhagavan. Shadguna Sampannaha. That is Bhagavan. ऐश्वर्यस्य समग्रस्य धर्मस्य यशस्श्रियः ज्ञानवैराग्ययोश्चैव षण्णां भगयतीरणा. This is what Shastra tells us. What is Bhaga? One who possesses Bhaga is Bhagavan. What is Bhaga? Bhaga has got 6 qualities. Aishwaryasya samagrasya. All the Aishwarya in the world, all the wealth in the world belongs to him. Dharma, all the dharma comes from him. All the yashas comes from him, all the fame. Shriyaha, all the Shri, all the Vaibhava, all the glory comes from him. Jnana Vairagyayoshchaiva. Even if you possess all this, Aishwarya, Dharma, Yashas and Shri, you may not possess Jnana and Vairagya because they are very difficult. So that also, there is the reservoir of Jnana and Vairagya, and that is Bhagavan. Jnana and dispassion, Vairagya, detachment from worldly bodies. So, that is Bhagavan. Bharga. Bharga means luster, shine, brilliance. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. That is why this Bharga of the Deva is what is meditated upon. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. In the mantra, we are meditating on the Bharga, on the shine, on the light. Even in yoga, many of the yoga systems, if you cannot concentrate your mind on Nirguna Nirakara Brahma, it is difficult. So when you go to Saguna Sakara Brahma, they recommend that you focus your mind, attention on a light, a lamp. So that is this Bharga. You are the source of that light. Bhayapaha, remover of fear. Bhagavan is Bhayakriti Bhayanashanaha, as it says in Vishnu Sahasranama. He is the one who creates the fear, he is the one who destroys the fear. Fear is natural for us because we want to protect. Self-protection is instinctively there in us. So when you want to protect yourself, you are afraid of your enemy. So the enemies are there around us in the form of animals, in the form of enemy human beings, and so on. Now, when he destroys that fear, when he can destroy that fear? Only when you see everything around you as Bhagavan. Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati, Upanishad says. Only when you see a second entity, the bhayam starts. Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati. When there is no second entity, only when you see only Bhagavan all around you, you are also Bhagavan. All the forms that are around you are also Bhagavan, the highest level of jnana. Then there is no bhayam. That state also, he is going to give you bhaya, apaha. You can interpret in different ways. Ordinary fear that I will lose my job, fear that I will meet with an accident, anything, any fear. If you go to Bhagavan with a prayer, he will remove that fear. That is ordinary. And the highest level is what we just saw. Bhutapate. Well, we saw Pramatha Ganesha last time. Similarly, he has got a Bhuta Sena, Bhuta Gana. They are like ghosts. Preta, Bhuta, like that, they go together. That Sena goes with him when he goes for a battle with Asuras. When he goes for a battle with Asuras, the Senas follow him. Now, Rudraganas in the form of Bhuta. Now, some interpreters, some scholars interpret this Bhutapati as the Ishvara of the 5 elements, Panchabhuta. Bhutapati, Panchabhuta Ishvara. That is the earth, the water, the Agni, the wind, and the space. These are the 5 Panchamahabhutas. So he is the one. Because even when you describe Bhagavan as Ashtamurti, these are the forms which are mentioned there. 5 elements, then Surya and Chandra, then you yourself, Yajamana. Next is Bhuti Bhushita Anga. Bhuti is Vibhuti, the ashes, sacred ashes. His limbs are shining with Vibhuti. Vibhuti is the bhushana for him, is the ornament for him. His limbs are ornamented by vibhuti. Now, like we saw in the case of Rudraksha, in the case of vibhuti also, there are lots of references in Puranas as to the glory of vibhuti. Not only glory, how vibhuti should be prepared, how it should be applied on the body. Pancha Brahma mantras you should chant, Sadhyogatam Prapadyame, etc. When you are applying vibhuti. All this, many such guidance requirements are all spelled out in Puranas. How it should be prepared from the cow dung, how cow dung should be collected, and what agni it should, with what mantras it should be burned. So many things. All are given in great detail. So much of importance is given to Vibhuti. Otherwise, why will they go into so much detail? Devi Bhagavatam. There is a beautiful sloka on the glory of Vibhuti. Vibhuti is known by several names. So he is mentioning that. Bhasanat Bhasitam Proktam. Bhasma Kalmasha Bhakshanat. It is called Bhasitam. One of the names is Bhasitam. Why? Because it is shining. Bhasanat. Then another one is Bhasma. Bhasma, a lot of us come across this name, isn't it? Bhasma Arti in Mahakaleshwara in UK. Bhasma, Vibhuti. Bhasma Kalmasha Bhakshanat. Why it is called Bhasma? Because it eats, it devours all your sins. Kalmasha Bhakshanat. Bhuti, why it is called Bhuti or Vibhuti? Bhutir Bhuti Kari Pumsam. Bhuti means glory, wealth. Glory and wealth are there for you. Raksha, Raksha Kari Pura. Another name is Raksha. Why? Because it protects you from evil forces. In Devi Purana, Vishnu tells Narada about the glory of Vibhuti. Beautifully he puts it. Etani pancha shiva mantra pavitritani bhasmani kama dahananga vibhushitani traipuntrakani rasitani lalakapatte lumpanti daiva likhitani duraksharani traipuntrakani, which you are wearing as three lines. This vibhuti, these three lines, pancha shiva mantra pavitritani, they are purified by uttering those five mantras, Sadhyojatam, etc., Pancha Brahma mantras. So they have been, these lands are purified by uttering the mantras. Bhasmani, these are made of vibhuti, bhasma, kama dahananga vibhushitani. This is not ordinary bhasma. This is the ornament of Vishnu, Parameshwara, who is known as Kama Dahana. His Kama Dahana Anga Vibhushitani, one who burnt Manmata to ashes, he is wearing those vibhuti, so you should also wear. Puntaka, Nila, Nila, Tapatte. Once you wear them on your forehead, these three lines, Lumpanti, Daiva, Likhitani, Duraksharani, even those unfortunate writing of Brahma, Daiva, Likhitani on your forehead, they will get erased. Lumpanti by the vibhuti. Daiva by destiny, by Brahma, whatever has been written on it, right? They will also, Duraksharani, they will also be removed, deleted. In these three lines represent Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Adyo Brahma tato Vishnu tadurdhvam tu Maheshwaraha. Shastra says the bottom is Brahma, middle is Vishnu, top is Shiva. Also Akara, Okara, Makara of Omkara, because there are many references to the number three. So that is why this is mentioned like that. There is a beautiful story of the glory of Vibhuti. Like we saw stories on Rudraksha, Vibhuti, many stories are there. And one story from Devi Bhagavatam is like this. Once sage Durvasa went to Yamaloka, it is also called the Pitraloka. And he was chatting with Yama. Then what happened? Suddenly heard the cries of pity, very pitiable cries, human cry, in human voice. So he asked Yama, what is this? Why people are crying? And he said, well, if they don't cry here, where will they cry? This place is full of narakas, various types of narakas. So people are suffering, so they are crying. No, this particular cry which I heard, where is it coming from? I want to go and see. Durvasa said, okay, I'll take you. He took to the nearest Kumbhi Naraka, one of the terrible narakas. And it's like a well, and at the bottom of the well, there are these suffering human beings crying. So Durvasa went there, he looked down into the well. The moment he looked down into the well, next second, all the crying stopped, and all of them became extremely happy. And Shiva's Vimanas came, and all of them ascended the Vimanas and left. Dhamma could not understand. Durvasa also could not understand. What is this going on? Suddenly, they were all suffering miserably. Now they are already happy and they are going to Shivaloka. What is called by Shiva himself? So the Yama could not understand. He immediately called Brahma, Vishnu, other devas, Indra, all of them came. By his mere meditation, they all came there. He related all the developments to all of them. They also were taken by surprise. Then finally Vishnu said, I will go to Shiva and find out why this happened. Vishnu went to Shiva and explained all this. Then Shiva simply smiled and said, Arey, what is there to get surprised at? It is the Vibhuti which has done the trick. The Vibhuti which was on Durvasa's forehead, some particles of that Vibhuti fell into the well, Vipaka well. That was good enough for their redemption. That is the greatness of Vibhuti. Bhasmanon Mahimevayam. Bhasmana Kim Bhaven Nahi. This is Shiva's words. Bhasmano Mahima Eva Ayam. This is only the glory of Bhasma, Vibhuti. Bhasmana Kim Bhaven Nahi. What will not be done by Bhasma? What cannot be produced by Bhasma? Why you are surprised? Then Vishnu came back and told Yama. Then what Yama did was to shift that Kubbe Paganaraga to a faraway place. So next time another sage, if he comes, because he cannot run his kingdom like this. If all of the criminals are going to escape like this. So this is what the story, how the story goes. And that place where the Kumbi Paganaraga was earlier there, he converted into a temple of Shiva. So that is Bhuti Bhushita Anga. भगवन् भर्ग भयापह भूतपते भूति भूषितांग विभो सांब सदा शिव शंभो शंकर शरणं मे तव चरण युगम. This is starting with bha, but would have been enough if the first word starts with bha, but so many words are, almost all the words are starting with bha. That is the beauty. Next is महिमा तव नहि मातिश्रुतिषु हिमानी धरात्मजाधव भो सांब सदा शिव शंभो शंकर शरणं मे तव चरण युगम. हिमानी धर आत्मजाधव is a sambodhan, is an address to Shiva. Himani is snow. Himani dhara is Himavan, that is Himalayas. Himavans, Atmaja is daughter. Dhava is husband, consort or husband of Parvati, who is the daughter of Himavan. That's the meaning of this long phrase. Himani Dhara Atmaja Dhava. Atmajaha is son, Atmaja is daughter. Now he says, Tava Mahima Nahi Mati Shrutishu. Your glory, Tava Mahima, Shrutishu in Vedas, Nahi Mati is not measured. We saw the word Mati earlier also in another shloka. So now it is same thing here. Parimatum Tava Murtim, in order to measure your Murti. So same. Your glory is not measurable even in Vedas. Vedas also fail to measure your glory. Well, this is what all the Shastras have been continuously teaching us. Because Vedas are words, even though they are Vedas, they are brought out by Bhagavan himself. In fact, Vedas are hailed as the prana, as the breath, life breath of Bhagavan. All this is there, no doubt. But once it has come out in the form of words, words cannot explain, cannot reach the entire glory, can only indicate. That is the limitation of the word, spoken word. That is why Veda itself says, Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha. Because words return, nivartante, return without finding your glory, apraapya. Manasa saha. Okay, words cannot reach you. Can the mind reach you? No, mind also cannot reach you. Mind also has got a limitation. Only when you train the mind to unite with Atma, then only it can. That is the purpose of yoga. So mind by itself cannot attain you. And that is why Bhagavan is known as Anirvachaniyam. That means something which is beyond words, beyond explanation, inexplicable. These are the words used for describing Bhagavan. So there is no surprise that Vedas fail to measure your glory. In fact, Parabrahma is also described as Bhuma in uh, Chandogya Upanishad. We once saw it earlier also. Many Vidyas, many Upasana Kramas are explained in Chandogya Upanishad. One of them is called Bhuma Vidya. That means you meditate on the infinite. Bhuma is infinite. So something which cannot be measured is infinite. That is why Bhagavan is also known as Bhuma. This what is Bhagavan? When words fail to describe him, they have gone to the nearest words. The nearest words are Satu, Chitu, and Ananda. Satu, which always exists. Chitu, it is a form of consciousness. Ananda, it is a form of Ananda, bliss. And this Ananda is measured, and finally, Veda says it cannot be measured. Like glory cannot be measured, Ananda also cannot be measured. Because whatever Ananda we can imagine, whatever Ananda a human being can attain, whatever Ananda right up to Brahma can attain, it is all measured. Every Ananda is measured in that Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Ananda Valli. All these Anandas are measured, and each Ananda is 100 times the earlier Ananda. Like this, there are 10 steps, 10 times 100, 100, 100. Finally, it says Bhagavan's Ananda cannot be measured. So, Hinoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan, that is what Veda says. It is subtler than the atom, bigger than whatever you consider as the biggest. Mahato Mahiyan. It is bigger than the biggest, it is smaller than the smallest. So, how can you ever understand it, ever describe it? Tadveda Gukyopanishad Sugudham Shvetashvatara Upanishad says this. Tadveda Guhya Upanishadsu. In fact, Upanishad tries to describe Parabrahma, isn't it? So that is why Upanishad is a little Guhya, secretive. Veda itself is secretive, and Upanishad is the most secretive part of it, most subtle part of it. Now, even there, Gudham, even there, Upanishad also fails to describe you fully. So that is the glory. Mahima Tavanahi Mati Shrutishu Shimani Dharatmajadhava Bho Sambasada Shiva Shambho Shankara Sharanam Me Tava Charana Yugam Yamanayamadi Virangair Yamino Hridaye Bhajanti Sattvam Bho Sambasada Shiva Shambho Shankara Sharanam Me Tava Charana Yugam Yaminaha Hridaye Bhajanti. Yaminaha means Yami is one who has brought everything under his control. He is called Yami, one who has brought his mind, his intellect. We have seen Manaha, Chittam, Ahankaraha, Buddhihi. We have seen 4 parts of Antakaran. All of them he has controlled. That is why he is called Yami. All yogis. Yaminaha Hridaye Bhajanti. Such yogis in their thoughts worship you. How they worship you? Yamanayama Dhivir Angaihi. Patanjali describes what is called Ashtanga Yoga, 8-limbed yoga. The final stage is Samadhi, that is destruction of the mind, elimination of the mind. Mind ceases to exist, and then mind becomes one with Atma, that is Samadhi. So that is why when somebody is in Samadhi, he does not respond to your prodding, to your calling him, because his indriyas are not working, his mind is not working, nothing is working. He has become Atma. With great difficulty, after quite some time, after a lot of effort, he comes out of the Samadhi state, he regains his mind, then he understands why you are calling him. That is the Samadhi. That is the ultimate 8th state. So what is it starts? It starts with Yama and Nayama. That is why he says, Yama Nayama Dibhi Angaihi. There are 8 stages. First is Yama. Yama is, that is why he is called Yami. Yama is the first stage. The subduing of the sense organs. Nayama is subduing of the mind. Of course, each of this has been described in great detail by Patanjali. He has given the various qualities which you have to cultivate for cultivating Yama, various qualities, Ahimsa, etc., for cultivating Niyama, like that. Third is Asana. You have to sit in a proper Asana, then only you can do this. Pranayama, you have to control your prana, then only you can control your mind. Pratyahara, even with all this, having done Yama, Niyama, Asana, and Pranayama, your mind is still not under full control. It goes here and there. So you have to be very alert in getting the mind back to its focus. That is pratyahara, withdrawing of the mind from distractions. Dharana, focusing on the object. Even when you focus, it will go away. So that pratyahara and dharana go together. Then finally, you can focus completely without any disturbance. That is dhyana. And then when the dhyana becomes continuous, when the dhyana, we have seen before, there are, even in dhyana, the existence of 3 entities is there. The one who does dhyana, the object of dhyana, and the activity of dhyana, the triputi, that is there. So the triputi also should go. That means you should lose your identity completely. In dhyana, there is a feeling, yes, I am doing dhyana on Bhagavan. That very subtle feeling is there. That feeling should go. That is samadhi. So this is how Patanjali sets out yoga. He says, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. That's how he starts. Controlling of the modes of the mind. Mind goes in several modes. At one time, it can think of so many things. We are all experiencing that. So to control all the thoughts, all the modes, is the purpose of yoga, he says. Now, that is how this yoga procedure goes. That is what he says here. Yama niyama divirangair yamino hridaye bhajanti sattvam bho. That you are. Sattvam, you are that. Whom the yamis, the yogis, hridaye bhajanti, worship in their hearts by following this tough procedure. That is why Bhagavan also says in Gita, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyakva dhananjaya. Yogastha kuru karmani. Keep your yoga intact and then you do your work. That means keep Bhagavan in mind always and then do your work. Sangam tyakva, that is the key. That is, without any attachment to your work, without developing any attachment, you do your work, keeping Bhagavan in mind. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyakva dhananjaya. He says. Yamanayamadivirangair yamino hridaye bhajanti sattvam bho sambasata shiva shambho shankara charanam medava charanayugam. We stop with this for today. Time is up. Any questions?
Those who have questions, please unmute yourself, turn on your video and ask questions. Any questions?
Namaskaram, Mama. This is Rajni. Mama, in 39 shloka, you have used Pitruloka and Narakam alternatively. Are they same?
What is it? Say it again.
You have told us a story about the Rishi and the Bhasmam falling under the well and giving them mukti from the Naraka. So you used Pitruloka and Narakam both, in the same. So are they both the same? I was in the, I thought they both are different.
No, by same, what we mean is, Pitruloka is located in Yamaloka. Also, Narakas are located in Yamaloka. Yamaloka has got both side by side. That is what the Shastra says.
Okay, thank you, Mama.
Any other questions? No more questions, Guruji.
Okay, so we close for the day. We meet again next Saturday at 7:30 p.m. IST. We'll continue and toward the last part of the stotra. We are moving now. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda Sri Radharajeshwari Jaya Jaya